Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 71 chew review. This is a long format chew review of the original chew series. It is the number 71 entry. This is the first update to this series since April 3rd when I did Appalachia. So, what we will be taking a look at is a twist. A twist that I did not have on any of my lists for my sourcing guys, due to the fact that although I knew about this product, I thought it had long been discontinued. It didn't even really pop into my head. If somebody had brought it up, I would have been like, oh yeah, they used to have that. I sort of forgot about that. Well, no, they didn't used to have it. They still have it. So this is Kentucky Twist Classic, and this is a product of the American Snuff Company, the makers of Grizzly, of Kodiak, Levi Garrett, etc. So I do not know what the code means on it, but it leads me to believe that if I was to guess, this was packaged, produced mid-December of 2019. When it comes to twists, that is well within a good date timeline. In fact, it's probably good for basically any chew. All right. So you have a cellophane plastic bag, basically. This one is colored, although clear, darker in the middle, lighter brown on the outside, sort of like a mammoth cave, if you want to look back at the review of that. Pretty straightforward on the front. There is no net weight ouncing on these, okay? I've never seen one on any twists, actually. They're usually denoted as one twist, as you see right there. The front is pretty straightforward. Classic, I'm not exactly sure about that. Even when I thought this product was available before, I believed there was only one type. Like there wasn't a classic and, let's say, a sweetened. So why it says classic on there, I am not sure. I'm going to guess, I've never had this product, I'm going to guess that this is a unsweetened or very lightly treated product. It's basically a natural twist. That's what I'm guessing, but we'll find out. So it's pretty straightforward on the front. On the back, it is typical twist packaging. Everything seems like it's offset around a center seam. Okay, so on the one side you have the warning label, barcode, and a 5-letter and digit date, all right, which is up there in dark ink. As I said, I do not know what it means. I am guessing, though, that this was made somewhere in December of this past year. On the other side, you have the manufacturer's information. Okay, so you see the American Snuff Company branding right in the center there, centered basically on my head. Then over here, you have the fact that it is 100% U.S. tobacco, and as always, sale is only allowed in the United States. And then manufacturer's address. It's manufactured by American Snuff Company, which is headquartered, at least, out of Memphis, Tennessee. They have a number on there, and that is about it. So it's pretty plain. Now, it is a smaller twist. I don't know if you can actually see it in there. It's a smaller twist, and I am guessing that because this is so visually similar to, let's say, Mammoth Cave, this might be a twist that comes in 2 sizes, okay? Because it's significantly smaller. Usually twists that only come in 1 size are a little bit bigger than this. They usually sort of hold the middle ground. Ones that have a larger size tend to be smaller, and that's sort of what this is like. So I am sort of guessing this may come in 2 different sizes. Now, the product in the bag, and this is what Haas 304 did when he saw it, because he wasn't sure if this had been sitting somewhere for a while. It's pliable. It feels dry. I am expecting a very leaning dry product, okay? But it does it does bend without, breaking up into dust. So the bag is also holding air. Always a good sign. Not necessarily a deal breaker, but always a good sign. So I am going to realize that I forgot the scissors again. Hold on for a moment. Oddly enough, I forgot the scissors last night when I tried to do this video, which there were multiple tries last night, and that's why, ending in failure, of course, that's why you are seeing this review on a Friday. So this review, sourcing-wise, is thanks to Hoss 304. That's HOSS 304. He sourced it. Funding for it, the money he got from me to purchase it, was thanks to donations and raffle entries. So I'm going to cut into the bottom of this because these twist bags I actually do save. Because there's been quite a number of them that I'm pretty darn sure I may never come in contact with again. So I basically save all packaging with the exception of the wrappers on plugs. With the cellophane plug wrappers, because they're impossible to get off without completely destroying them. All right. Pouch plug, though, I do save. So I've cut basically the bottom seam off. It smells like a natural tobacco, but it's not pungent. The smell is pretty mild, considering I'm guessing this is going to be non-treated or very lightly treated. So what you're looking at is that. All right, for reference with my hand, this is a fairly small plug. If you want to see a big plug, the Hornet or the Good Money that I did were pretty darn. One of them was absolutely huge. This is fairly small. It looks like it's been treated about slightly, all right? But it does look like it has been treated, and I say that because of the differentiation between blonde bits and the rest of it. Now, they could be using dark leaf to wrap, a darker leaf to wrap, but even that is not uniform enough. It's telling me that it's, by anyone's standards that's not familiar with these, this is going to seem like an plain Jane natural. But I haven't come in contact with actual nothing done to them naturals. Think this might have a slight treatment to it. All right, so that's what you're looking at. Again, it smells just like natural twist tobacco, but the smell isn't. I've had some natural twists that the smell, especially when in the bag, when cut open, was sort of pungent. This, it smells natural, but it's not real strong. So it may be a mild chew. Now I am going to pause this yet again to cut a piece off. For these, I usually take the best piece, and it's right around there. All right, so I will be back in a moment again. And I'm back. So that's basically what was cut off of it. It is dry stuff. I mean, it's not old. It's not dried out. I don't think it ever had a moisture content higher than it does now. And I don't think it ever was meant to have a moisture content higher than it was now. If you look in there, it's pretty dark stuff. All right. There is a little bit of a differentiation between some of it. Some of it is blonder than other parts. Feeling it, it gives a little bit squeezing it, but it's pretty tough. I'm going to have to hit pause yet again to get this going, because this is going to take some active chewing to get into workable form here. So here we go. And I am back yet again. Okay, so I know a lot of people watching are most likely not familiar with twists because you don't really see them. And people that do see them usually are in a regional area. Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, border states. And it's even in Tennessee and Kentucky, it tends to be more towards the eastern ends of the state. So it's a regional thing. And I've seen older articles. In fact, one's posted on the community page. I think the writer was in Texas, where he had someone send him down twist from Kentucky, I think. And he was like, what the heck? So this is what you're dealing with. It's a drier product. All right? They're usually natural or very lightly treated. When they are lightly treated, it's basically to take the bitterness or dull the bitterness, sort of like round it off a little bit. Because natural leaf tobacco in the mouth is bitter. It's a bitter taste. All right? It is not for everyone. I'll go as far to say it's not for most. All right? That all said, and this one is no different. These are the only products where these are the only chewing tobacco products, non-dip chewing tobacco products that I almost every time get a mouth sensation off of. All right? The nicotine I've seen in print, it said that on some of them the nicotine is actually higher than, let's say, loose leaf chew. But mouthfeel wise tells me that basically all of them have higher nicotine than loose leaf chew. And I say this not because you're getting a wintergreen burn or nothing like that at all. But it is zingy, and this one is the same. It's zingy in the mouth in certain spots. Initially, it's where you have it. Now, this is not when you first put it in. It's when you get it into workable form and it has soaked for a little while. Once it's wet and workable form, you will get in the area where it's at, like contact points. But also you will get it on the side of your tongue, and you will notice it even more where your tongue sort of meets back by your farthest back lower tooth. All right, where your tongue sort of ties in to your esophagus. You will notice that it's not a burn, okay? Don't Suit&Tie, Dip&ChewGuy, I said it was going to... No, it's not going to burn. You're not going to get anything. It's not grizzly wintergreen. But you're going to notice something, all right? I believe most people are. Really, whether you notice or not is depending on your pH balance of your mouth. And obviously, I don't know that. But I notice it. And I think most people will. So, as I said, this product, along with all twists, basically, is not for everyone. All right? And most, to be truthful, is probably not for most. That said, if sales continue to decline, you won't see twist anymore. At all. All right? Chewing tobacco in general, although there has been an uptick in interest over the last few years amongst dippers, chewing tobacco in general is in pretty dire straits sales-wise. And things like twist and plug, even more so. And definitely twist. Plug has a little bit more of a regional presence. Tennessee and Kentucky again, but there's a number of southern states where plug is, Texas being one actually, where plug has some history. Twist, not so much. All right? So, if you can find it reasonably priced, all right? Now, something like this, I would expect not to be over $4. Unless you're in California, but, yeah. Keeping in mind that it's something that you may not care for, in all likelihood won't be taken with by any means, I would suggest everyone put out the money at least once to try it if you're able to find it. All right? Because sales of Twist are at levels now where we're getting through a generation coming to the end of its lifetime where they're going to drop basically half. All right? So it's bitter. It's very natural. It leans dry. But it tends to be cheaper than bags of loose leaf unless you're getting it like a bargain brand. And it would seem to have more nicotine. And that's consistent with Twists. Now, if you buy something like this and you can't do it, and you're just like, wow, it's too bitter, it's too natural. There is one that I will promote as sweetened to a point where loose leaf chewers will like it, I think. Most loose leaf chewers. And that is Cumberland Classic. And I say that because I don't want people to be completely turned off Twist just because they buy this product and are like, well, if they're all like that, no way. So Cumberland Classic, which stands out in Twist because it's in a foil bag like this, is sweetened to a point where, I'm not saying it's as sweet as loose leaf bags, but it's enough that if you like loose leaf chew, you'll probably be okay with it. You may like it. Another one from the R.C. Owens company is Good Money. Good Money, if you look at the review of that, I was even surprised how sweetened that was. But as for this product, as I said, I didn't even know this was still in existence. I had seen it before, but only on pictures online, and they were all dated from longer than a decade ago. So this product, pretty darn dry, all right? Pretty darn natural. As far as chew goes, strong, all right? The biggest turnoff to people, I believe, even more than the dryness of the product, will be the bitter taste or the bitter leaning taste. I do believe it is slightly treated to sort of round that bitterness off, but it's going to be more bitter than anything you're used to. Guys that dip naturals will probably vibe best with this. If you dip Copenhagen, long cut, this is probably, you're probably closer to the taste in this product than anybody. Like if you dip mint, this is probably not going to end well for you, but you get what I'm saying. So that is it. This has been the review of Kentucky Twist Classic from the American Snuff Company. I am the Suit&Tie Dip and Chew Guy. I will be over on Patreon shortly for the guys that are over there for a soda pop review. I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.